Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the I Am CDB project. I, of course, am your host, CDB. You are not, and today we are going to use, for the first time, the Rex Supply Company Envoy, I believe it's called. This was sent to me by the inspector for Nicola once again, so thank you, inspector. Let me take my watch off. No need to get it in the mix here. Anyhow, the Envoy, again, I don't know anything about this razor other than I think it runs for about $125. Don't hold me to that because I just briefly looked at the website. I didn't read any of the other associated marketing material. So I'm going into this pretty blind other than what it costs, which I think it said $125. Obviously it's stainless steel, made in the USA. It's got a individual serial number on the bottom. It's a handsome razor. And I got to tell you, if there's one thing that stands out about this razor before I even use it, this knurling, which is probably difficult to see. This is probably the best knurling that I've ever experienced on any razor. It's aggressive, but not so much that it's sort of a pain to hold, but like it's aggressive enough to where if you like dropped it on your shirt or something, it might actually snag and hold it. I mean, it's really pronounced, and it's better than any that I've ever experienced on any razor. And again, I know it's hard to see, but you can take my word for it. When you're gripping that thing, you've got a good hold on this razor. It's very, very grippy. Some of the best knurling I've ever seen, if not the best. So let's go ahead and unscrew it. Some good heft to it also, you know, again, stainless steel, handsome razor. It's got those large posts, those slotted type posts, which I really like, that holds in the blade really nicely, doesn't allow for blade chatter. And we'll put this baby together and give it a go today and see how it goes. The razor does cover the ends of the blade very well. That bothers some people. And there's what it looks like. Handsome razor, I must say. Feels good in the hand and handsome. I'm going to be using, again, the Williams Ice Blue, which I used yesterday in my West Coast shaving brush for this shave, and we shall get started and see how we do. It is Monday, by the way, and I'll probably post this Monday evening sometime, maybe later in the evening. But we're gonna give this razor its first use and see how it goes. And again, I know I'm probably behind many of the other, you know, folks who produce content, you know, folks who are still buying, you know, all the wares and whatnot. But again, when you come to my channel, you can expect to get an organic reaction that is completely natural and devoid of marketing stuff, and that's what I aim for. So let's get going with our first few strokes. There feels good. That feels good. It feels I don't know, in terms of aggression, I mean, I can feel some blade there. I can feel it doing its work, but it is not menacing whatsoever. Feels maybe medium, you know, but nice and smooth. No problem at all. It feels good, actually. And the knurling, as I said before, is terrific. Really nice. And of course, the Rex Ambassador is a good razor as well. Really nice. I enjoyed that razor. Let's see. All right. So finishing up this first pass, I would say nice and smooth. Feels good on the hands. Definitely not too long. Short handle, but not too short. Very nice first pass. Nothing at all to complain about on that first pass. So let's lather up and come back for pass number 2. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well. The weather's getting kind of crappy here. I say crappy, it's rainy and cold. Could be a lot worse. We could be getting a lot of snow because we've had a lot of rain. It's right on the fringe, temperature-wise, of snowing, but it's just staying just above that. So we're being spared a great deal of snow, at least. And so for that, I guess I should be thankful. But generally the rainy weather, when it's a little chilly also, it makes it feel twice as cold. But let's proceed on with pass number 2, where we generally go across the grain. And I say across because the grain on our face runs, sort of in different directions. And so depending on where you are, you might be going across in some spaces and not in others. And so always keep that in mind. Not everyone's face has grain that just goes all one way, It can change even on the same part of your face and swirl and everything else. So keep that in mind. You may be different. And so just be prepared for that. One of the old exercises that they would always ask new people to this sort of shaving is look at your face closely and see how the grain runs and sort of map it out and so forth and so on. So you can sort of adjust your technique to fit your face. And so it's always a good thing, and probably my number 1 rule is to listen to your face and do what it likes, or more importantly, don't do what it doesn't like. So if you're doing something and you're normally or regularly getting bad results, stop doing whatever you're doing and make some adjustments until you get it right. If your face is telling you something is uncomfortable, stop. There's no point in pressing on. It does not gain you any man points or anything like that. And the folks who push through it, that's them, that's great. But I'm advising you, if you're coming here for information, especially if you're new, and something starts feeling uncomfortable, don't do it. Don't press it. You'll end up paying for it if you do. With exercising, obviously, discomfort in the form of lactic acid building up and all that is a good thing. But certain types of pain are not a good thing. And with shaving, basically anything that feels super uncomfortable is not a good thing. So you can rest assured that is sound advice. If it doesn't feel right, if it's uncomfortable, if it's starting to burn or whatever the case may be, don't do it. Stop. So that's the most important advice that I can give you. Anyway, got to tell you, the shave here feels pretty good. This definitely feels, to me, certainly more aggressive than your garden variety Edwin Jagger DE89 or the Mercury 34C or something like that. I'm definitely feeling, more efficiency, if you want to use that term. Feels very, very, very nice, nice and smooth, but I can feel some play. So it's certainly not going to be the mildest razor that you pick up by any stretch, but I'm also not feeling, it's not rough on my face. That's, it feels like it's good and efficient while treating the face nicely and not being too rough, at least for me. And again, your face is different, of course, than mine, and everyone has their own, certain features about their face and so on and so forth. And so learn about it, what your face will reasonably tolerate, and then adjust. Again, that's the most important thing. Must tell you, from the perspective of the first run with the Envoy, it's been a really good first run. It was plenty efficient. It was not too mild, because I don't like extreme mild. It is not that. Handsome, well-balanced, There's some decent heft to it. It's not, it's not light like an aluminum razor or one of the pop metal razors or something like that. It just feels like a good solid piece of equipment in your hand is the way I would characterize it on the basis of the first use. Again, I'll use this more over the coming weeks and continue to report back but from the perspective of first use, I would give it a thumbs up. The one thing I didn't mention was the packaging. Nothing special on the packaging for $125. Now again, this may have been stuff that Inspector Fernicola put in there, not the way it came. It doesn't have a cutout or any molding or anything in this box. However, that does not mean that's the way it comes to you from Rex. It does have a lifetime warranty, which is very, very cool. It's got a serial number. So the packaging, from the perspective of just being an old cardboard box is not fantastic. But again, this has come to me from the inspector, so I don't know if this is how it comes from Rex if you buy it or not. But overall, I'm pleased with the razor. It was a really nice shave, and I would give it a thumbs up based on first use. But keep coming back to see how it transpires. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That helps me out, and like the videos that you like. That certainly helps me, and I do appreciate it. Also, if you want to follow the social media, look down in the comments below. If you're on Twitter, Facebook, and all those things, I have a presence there too. So I appreciate, as always, your support. I thank you for joining me. And until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You are not. God bless.